As we know, in this chemical kinetics chapter, what do we have to take here? Which we have to discuss, that is factors affecting chemical reactions. You can recall here we said factors affecting chemical reactions. So those factors, if you can recall here, those factors are concentration, which we have already discussed. Second is temperature, and third is catalyst. Third part is catalyst. We have already discussed concentration here. The next part, next factor which we have to take here, that is temperature. So today, what we are going to take here, how exactly this temperature affects rate of reaction. So in order to explain effect of temperature on rate of reaction, Arrhenius scientist, he came forward and he logically tried to explain that which way temperature is going to affect rate of reaction, means speed of reaction. So we are going to see it just now. We have that expression which was given by Arrhenius, that is rate constant is equal to A e to the power minus E at by RT. As you know here, this expression rate constant, this explains rate of reaction. Basically, this is directly proportional to e to the power minus E at upon RT. This is indicated here as exponential power and negative value of activation energy. So once this proportional sign is removed, it is going to come as A e to the power minus E at upon RT. This value basically depends upon number of collisions taking place between molecules. Number of collisions, a number of collisions which can make reactant molecules to attain activated complex state. So when we are removing proportional sign, one constant is going to appear, and this constant is called Arrhenius factor. This A constant is called Arrhenius factor, frequency factor, or pre-exponential factor. Main thing is what? When numerical that is done, so they will ask you to find out frequency factor or pre-exponential factor. So in that case, you should be aware of this term, that this is only A, which has to be taken out from this expression here. Now, what is this E at? Activation energy, which is expressed as joules per mole. Like in next slide, I'll be explaining you what is activation energy exactly. So we are going to see it just now. Before seeing that activation energy value, one information you should have, that with the increase in every 10-degree temperature, rate constant becomes double. It means from 25 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius, if you're going to make, what do you find within increase of 10 degrees, difference of 10 degrees, rate constant means rate is going to become double. Rate is going to become double, and this value or this information you should have as a general knowledge. Now we said here, this is activation energy that is required for the molecules. So just look at here. This graph shows what? This graph is showing that reactant molecules which is taken in a container. For example, this is H2 and I2 which is taken over here. So once these molecules are taken, between them collision starts. First step is what? Intensive collision that is going to start. And this collision makes them to acquire kinetic energy. It means movement will start, collisions once it's going to start here. This leads to kinetic energy formation within a molecule. We know that due to competition, they are having potential energy, but with the collisions, they are going to acquire kinetic energy. Now what happens? With the increase in kinetic energy, their total energy is going to increase, and one state will be attained after collision where they are ready to break their old bond between H you'll find, and this old bond ready to be broken, and new bond is ready to be formed between H and I. This state is called activated complex state. Remember, in all the reactions, unless reactant molecules attain this activated complex state, highly energetic state, highly strenuous state you imagine like this, okay, fight ready to start. For example, you will say that India, Pakistan, India, China, Causal wave fight cannot take place unless they attain highly energetic state from either both the sides, so that they are they are in situation to do or die. That is called highly activated complex state. So every reaction has to attain this activated complex state. Then only we can expect product. Either we expect this kind of product, or we are expecting like this is product here, but in this HI we cannot take as endothermic. This is indicating endothermic, either this or this, that is possible. For HI formation, it remains as exothermic because product energy is more than reactance energy. And this difference is reported as, this difference we find in the case of this indicates endothermic and this indicates exothermic. We know it very well. Now we have to see this graph once again. For any reaction, minimum amount of energy which is needed for any reaction, this is called threshold energy. This is called threshold energy. And energy required by reactant molecules, this much, this is called activation energy. So we have difference between activation energy value and threshold energy. What is the basic difference between threshold and activation? Threshold is criteria for completion of activated complex state. Activation energy, energy required by reactant molecules to attain this activated complex state. ये आपका किसी भी सिचुएशन का वो स्टेट है जहां से रिजल्ट आना ही आना है. Before that we cannot predict, but once it is attained, result is out. Result will be there within fraction of second. So this is called activated complex state, and amount of energy required by reactant molecule is called activation energy. Like I said, from beginning itself, like criteria that is reported as threshold, but this one is EAC. And remember here, threshold and activation energy, that is value, that is a requirement. It's not equal to kinetic energy. So this value is fixed for the particular reaction, which cannot be changed. So remember here, activation energy that cannot be changed. For example, that requirement which remains, for example, for if you want to get job, you have to be graduate. So graduation is requirement. That requirement is called threshold. And if you are in +2, how many more years that is needed to acquire that activated complex state means criteria to go for job, that is reported, that remains, that is according to reactant molecules, that value can change. It's named as activation, but activation energy is also requirement. It cannot be changed. That value cannot be changed by increasing temperature or decreasing temperature. For example, if you are in +2 and graduation, that is the limiting line. Unless something goes wrong or any different kind of fraudism that is going to take place. Otherwise, unless you clear each and every exam, you cannot think about getting graduation degree. So this is also fixed here, and activation energy value cannot be changed. And don't get confused that kinetic energy changing with the temperature, so activation energy will also change. Never, never, never try to take it here, because this question always remains very important for all that competitive exams. What is the effect of temperature on activation energy? Now next is here, like when molecules, they start colliding with each other, how exactly kinetic energy varies. That is given by Clerk-Maxwell. This graph you should have information. This is very general trend it has. Like number of molecules, this indicates x-axis shows kinetic energy, and this is showing y-axis fraction of molecules present in a container. So you'll find number of molecules with less number of energy, that is less, and more number of energy is also less. And maximum number of molecules having particular amount of energy, that is reported as most probable kinetic energy. Right? So this is clear. Next is, what happens? Can we change this most probable kinetic energy for the molecules? Yes, by increasing temperature. When temperature is raised, most probable kinetic energy shifts here. This was here. With the increase in temperature, it's going to be here. And molecules having more kinetic energy, this value is also going to increase. Means more number of molecules will be having higher amount of energy. which normally remains rare, but more amount of more number of molecules you'll find, they are having higher amount of energy. That is given here. So these things that was explained by Maxwell-Boltzmann. That's why this graph is named as Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curve. Right? Next we'll take here. Once again, we are coming back to Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation, we are going to take its log value. When you take log on either side, you know it very well, log K is equal to log A plus log e to the power minus E act upon RT. This is your natural log. You know it very well. Now, this is that expression here. We have written it in this form. Log K is equal to log A. And you know it very well when you're going to take its log value, it's minus E act upon RT. Right? So this is written here, E act and EA, that is same thing. It's negative slope. When log K is taken as y-axis, 1 by T is taken as x-axis. Here. So what do you find? This is your x. So this is going to be M, and this is your C, intercept and y-axis, which you can see here, intercept on y-axis. And the slope, why this graph is going in negative way? Because slope is negative. So we are having this value. Right? Graph is important here. Now at two different temperatures, what value you get here? Two different temperatures. Two different temperatures, like at what temperature 1, we find rate constant changes with temperature. We have already discussed about this in previous slides. Minus E act upon RT plus ln A. We are taking log base 10. This is our value here. This is your first equation at T1. This is second equation at T2. When you're going to do log K2 by K1, K2 minus log K1, because we want to see single expression. So log A will get cancelled. And here E act upon 2.303, that is going to be constant value R. Inside this bracket, you'll get 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. This is your expression for number of numericals. And you know it, log x minus y, that remains as log K2 upon K1, which is equal to E act upon 2.303 R. If you want, you can put it like this also, T2 minus T1 and LCM as T1, T2. So this is your expression, which will be needed always here. This is like you can take it, this formula we have 3 marks question, sometimes it remains reserved. And in this expression, you can see it here. T2 got changed, temperature got changed, but what is not changing? K2, K1 got changed. This is not changing. So this is your gas constant. So remember your E activation energy value is not changing with the temperature. Okay, so this expression is given, this slide here. Now we are having question, which you can do it quickly. Rate constant of a reaction at 500 Kelvin and 700 Kelvin are 0.02 per second and 0.07 per second, you'll say. Now, respectively, calculate the values of EA and EA we are taking here. So what do we notice? How are we going to find out? Log K2 upon K1, because it's given E act upon 2.303 R, 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. So what is this K2? K1, so this is 500. This is your 700. At 700, it is 0.07. And this is at 0.02. They are asking you to find out E act. So first you get R is 8.314. Accordingly, you see E act you can find out. Once you get this E act, then single expression log K is equal to any one minus E act upon 2.303 RT. That's log K. So these values you are going to put. Log K, आप कोई भी एक ले लो, and this A can be determined with the anti-log value. Yes, this equation, rate constant for decomposition of ethyl iodide is given here at 600 Kelvin and energy of activation is this much. Rate constant you have to find out at 700 Kelvin. So this is 600, 700, it's given rate constant, it means they are asking K2. So you're going to use K2, which you have to find out, divided by K1 is equal to E act is given. And always you write down formula first. Because formula 1 mark, a half mark that is reserved, and next value which you are going to put here, for that we are having half mark. So this is rate constant, this one is given, temperature dono hai, E act is also given, yes, it's in kilojoule per mole. Remember, you can convert into joules per mole for solving. And just check R, unit of R and E act, that should be same. This question also, rate constant for the decomposition of hydrocarbon is this much. If the energy of activation is this much, what will be the pre-exponential factor? What is pre-exponential factor? We have written A. So log K is equal to log A minus E act upon 2.303 R. K is here. Temperature is also given, 546. Energy of activation is also there. They're asking you find out A. And I think I've explained you how to get the anti-log. Anti-log system you will have to use here. Right. All these values are there. Next is decomposition of hydrocarbon follows this formula. Calculate E act. This is logical question. K is equal to 4.5 into 10 to the power 11 per second. E to the power minus 28000 K by T. So we can recall here, this resembles K is equal to E minus E act upon RT. So what do you have to do? This whole expression, you can equate here. Aram se E act upon RT is equal to 28000 K by T. Cancel. R is your gas constant. This is just for indication of Kelvin. You can ignore that. R gas constant you will put, and you can find out E activation. Just solve all the questions, otherwise it will remain, if you're leaving final calculation, you're going to miss marks. Now this one, log K is equal to log A minus E act upon 2.303 RT. So how many things are there? They are asking us to find out here this expression, calculate activation energy for the reaction. It's same question. At what temperature will its half-life period be? 256 minutes. This is your standard question. This question is standard one. So you have to be a little careful about its answer, like method also. K, A, and E act, you'll find here from this, you can relate and get this E act value, C. After that calculation of E act, they are asking us at what temperature will its half-life period be? 256 minutes. We know that in first order reaction, K is equal to, or T half is equal to 0.693 by K. 693 upon K. They are saying at what temperature it's going to be 256 minutes. It means first to get this K here, temperature, they are saying half-life period should be 256 minutes. So its half-life period is going to be 0.693. It means we need to find out this K here by keeping this half, means K you find out by putting 256 minutes. K you find out now here, and then you take this equation. Log K is equal to log A. Log A is here, 14.34 minus E act you need to find out 2.303 R, and this temperature which you're finding here, calculate E act this is, and they are asking here at what temperature it's going to be. So K you are going to put here. E act आपने निकाल चुकना है. So this T you have to find out. This decomposition of, this is simple formula. Log K2 by K1 is equal to Log A we have already removed. E act upon 2.303 R 1 upon C1 minus 1 upon C2. Right? So this is expression. Same thing here. This is little lengthy. Time required for 10% completion of first order reaction is 298. It's T10. This is first order reaction. T10, we have to, what's the meaning of T10 here? 2.303 by K log 100 upon 10% completion by 90. That is less. This is equal to, and this is taking place at 298 Kelvin. It means K 298 you will write. T25, it's equal to T25. T25 is 2.303, taking place at 308 Kelvin. Log 100 upon 75, which is less. These two things are equal. These two things are equal here. It means we can say 2.303 by K 298 log. This will get cancelled. 10 upon 9 is equal to 2.303 by K 308 log 4 upon 6. And what are we going to do after this? K 308 upon K 298. This is going to get cancelled. You are going to bring it over here. And this will go. This we are going to bring here. Log 4 by 3. We'll solve it before. So see, I'm just giving you a hint. You need to solve it here properly. Because after that, you are going to take log. This value will be, you'll find out. Then we are going to take log of this K 308 divided by 298 log 1, which will calculate. We are going to calculate. This value will come out, and log Y you are going to find out. This is going to be value Z. Value, the A is given, calculate K at 318 Kelvin. So we are having expression log K 308 upon 298 is equal to E act upon 2.303 R 1 upon 298 minus 1 upon 308. From this expression, you get this E act. यहाँ से आप एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी निकाल लीजिए. एक बार एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी निकल गया तो आप अपना फॉर्मूला लिख लीजिए. लॉग के इज इक्वल टू लॉग ए दिया हुआ है माइनस ई एक्ट अपॉन 2.303 आर. दिस इज 318. ठीक से देखोगे, इट्स गोइंग टू बी वेरी सिंपल. This value, this is our final expression at 318. This is our main. Calculation is little longer, but it's not difficult. So please do it. This question, you can say that, okay, it is difficult. Little bit you can say, because 2-3 things that is you have to use. This one is simple. Rate of reaction quadruples when the temperature changes from 293 Kelvin to 313 Kelvin. E acts upon 2.303 R 1 by T1 upon 1 by T2. This quadruple means T2 K1, 4 K1 upon K1. This is K2 is K1, this is K1, no? Cancel. E act is given. You have to calculate. 2.303 gas constant. Temperature is 1 by 293. This is several times we have got this question in board exam. So please find out this thing. And while solving log and all, be careful. So this is clear. Thank you very much. And today, on 22nd June, you solve all the questions, right? all the numericals that's given, and just check with NCERT book also. Check NCERT, and next class we'll be taking effect of catalyst. And graph, don't forget, because you'll be needing effect of catalyst we are going to take in the next class. And most rarely that will be our last class. Okay. So any problem will be there, we'll be discussing at Zoom in Zoom classes. Right. Thank you very much.